Hi, this is Tim Figley with YSN. I'm here with Owen Jurjavcic, Jr., number 6, for the Bulldogs. And Bulldogs are off to their first EOAC game coming up against Lisbon this week. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling going into this game against Lisbon, Owen.
I'm feeling better because, the older I've gotten, the more comfortable I am with the games and stuff, just as the season goes on. So feeling pretty comfortable, not nervous really.
Okay. So you've been here since your freshman year at the quarterback position. We interviewed you last year. Where have you gone from freshman to sophomore to now junior? What are some of those things that have changed?
The weight room helped a lot in track, so definitely my speed, my mobility, especially my running has changed. My passing has increased too, but main thing I've noticed is just me running the ball and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's got to feel good to feel a little more powerful than you were before, right? And you tell us about what you did in the off season to increase your performance.
Well, I've put on a few pounds, which some people don't like, but just mainly the weight room. Track helped a lot actually. Stuff, weight room, lifting.
Yeah, so you have work ethic all year long. So football is kind of in your blood. What other sports do you play?
Basketball, and I run track.
Okay. How do you find that basketball, track, how does that contribute to your football?
Well, both of them involve like running and stuff. So basketball is more of like conditioning, and then track is more for speed and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in track, what did you run?
Open 100. I ran the open 200 once, and then 4x1 and 4x2.
Okay. And that seemed to help you with your speed?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So what are the measurables? How do you know it's helped you with your speed? Did you run at a faster 40? Do you feel it on the field? Practice, game time? How do you sense that difference?
Definitely faster on the field. A few breakaway plays I've had this year definitely would not have got that far. 40 times definitely faster. So just running the ball on the field.
Yeah. And when you run the ball, you like to run into people. I mean, you're not afraid of taking hits.
Yeah.
Tell us about what that's about. I mean, your style, your running style, your playing style.
I mean, I'm not very good at cutting. Like I said, I put on quite a few pounds, so I can't cut. So I just gotta run through you.
Okay. But what about the knees and the legs?
No, they're pretty good.
Okay.
Fine.
There's a lot of times during game I'll look and I'll think, man, he's hurting out there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you take a shot at the knee or you take a shot at the leg and you get up, you're just kind of slow walking a little bit. I mean, are you really hurting? Is it just like, okay, that's an impact, I'm gonna get back up next play? Is it like, oh, I'm in danger of really getting injured? Because that's kind of like when I'm at the booth, I'm thinking it's a little concerning.
Well, I definitely feel a few of them, but like I said, the weight room helped a lot with that, just recovery and stuff. Just moving around after the play and all that, just getting my legs back underneath me.
Yeah. So we talked about you playing your freshman year, your sophomore year, now your junior year. Tell us about the growth of the team. What do you feel about this team that you didn't feel maybe your freshman year?
Freshman year, it was like, we got a few players here and there. We maybe do something, didn't do anything. Last year, chemistry started getting a little better, a little iffy, arguing stuff during practices. But this year, definitely like everyone's friends. No one like really hates each other. There's a few bickering here and there, but I mean, really everyone's close with each other. No one hates each other. It's just.
So you use the word chemistry.
Yeah.
How do you know chemistry is better? How do you define that? How does other people know that?
I mean, just because we're like on the field and stuff, we don't argue. We pick each other up. Like I know last year everyone would have been yelling at each other and stuff, but this year just talking to each other, like fixing what we can do, just talking about it.
What's helped enhance that, or what's made chemistry get better?
I just think the off season, getting in the weight room, just hanging out outside of football, stuff like that.
Yeah. So you guys are friends. I mean, you're not just playing football. You're actually friends with each other. You enjoy. What do you do as friends outside of football to bond, whether it's purposeful or not purposeful? What are you doing as friends?
Just riding around, going to get food somewhere, maybe hanging out at someone's house, walking around town.
Getting to know each other better. What else have you done purposefully, whether it be the coaches, with coaches' help, or to really create more team chemistry, more of a bond?
One thing me and Coach Jemster talked about was just me keeping my cool, because if I get upset or angry, then it reflects on everyone else. So just me keeping my cool, and then as leaders, just keeping our heads up when things go bad.
Sure. So that brings us to the next part when we talked about you being a quarterback, and of course, the quarterback gets some attention because the ball's in their hand about every play, right? But you talked about leadership a moment ago. Where do you see yourself, and what's the sense of responsibility you have when you think of leadership or modeling the attitude, the ways of doing and being that other people need to feel and sense by you on the team?
Well, as quarterback, like the wideouts and stuff, we have definitely a few freshmen out there, younger guys, a sophomore that we're relying on early on in the season, and obviously they're gonna make mistakes, stuff like that. So just go up to them after they drop a pass or whatever, tell them it's all right, just get it next time, stuff like that. And as like the linemen, if they're down, just gotta pick them up, tell them to pick each other up, and we just gotta keep moving.
So for you, it's about encouragement.
Yeah.
You're trying to encourage. You're modeling what it means to not, get down too much or not beat yourself up or beat up another player. Yeah. And by that, it keeps everybody's focus on the next play. So,
pretty much, because like from freshman year, sophomore year, that's really what it was. Just everyone beating each other down. We really had no team chemistry. Like there's fights at practice all the time.
Sure.
Just breaking out from drills and stuff like that.
People are just frustrated, right? Blaming. They haven't won lately.
Couldn't stand each other on the field.
So when you think about winning, I mean, a lot of times we think, okay, there's the win-loss column, but where does winning begin? Where does it really start? How do you know you're starting to win, even though it might not show up in the paper each time?
I mean, I know it's not something that you should say, but stats overall, yardage and stuff like that. And I think what helps with that, like I said earlier, is in the weight room. Our numbers are increasing a lot, just stuff like that. So stats, numbers, everything like that. The win column doesn't say that, but we're definitely improving a lot.
Sure.
Yeah.
How do you measure, how do you feel those off-season wins, those practice wins, those, mid-season wins? What are other ways you can feel like you're winning enough that it gives you energy to keep going and to keep wanting to show up the next day?
Like last year, I think it took us 4 games to get 400 yards.
Okay.
And last week we had about 400 yards in just 1 week.
In 1 week?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. Tell us a little bit about who you are outside of school.
Yeah.
What are your aspirations? What do you want to do? What do you do for fun?
I like to hang out with friends a lot. This summer I worked with the water department downtown for summer help. I like to help with the community with social concerns of the church, stuff like that around the community.
What else for fun? I mean, those are all great things.
I like to go swimming a lot. It's pretty fun. Like I said, going to get food, driving around.
Yeah. And then tell us about, do you have anything you want to do when school's over, when high school's over?
Yeah. I plan on going to college for something in the medical field, like sports medicine or something like that.
Okay. So you still love sports?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's where you want to go.
Definitely.
Okay. What else would you want to say to any Bulldog fan watching, friends, family that might be seeing you on here? What do you want to tell them to anticipate or they should know about you, about the team?
I just want to thank you guys for showing up to our games and stuff, and keep coming because it will get better eventually. Just keep showing up, bring all the people you know, everything. Yeah. Keep coming.
Awesome. Owen Jurjavcic.
Yep.
Great job.
Thank you.
Go Bulldogs.